Hey guys, welcome to another MapleStory patch notes video, and the upcoming Pathfinder event is on its way for this summer. That and a bunch of other cool events for you to participate in, which you guys know by now. Nexon, they always like to pull out all the stops for summer whenever all of us are on break. So, we have a lot of ground to cover with one of the largest patches I've seen in a while, and when I say we, I actually mean we. I have a friend over today. His name is LeWaffles, also known as Ryan, and a fellow Maple YouTuber, and he's going to be helping me out a bit with this patch notes video.
Hey guys, LeWaffles here, and thanks again for inviting me to help out. Like he said, summer is one of the most optimal times for any video game company to put out major content updates, and this definitely is no exception. This summer patch features changes to Kanna and Hayato, early level training, and much more.
Alright, so make sure you guys check out his channel in the description below. He makes videos on low-key events that other YouTubers may not cover. So while I go into heavy details on things like coin shops or let's say the Pathfinder class, he might cover over the actual mini events for you to work on. Good content too. So the plan for today is that we're going to divide up the patch notes based on who specializes in what. And this is the first joint scripted video I'll be working on in a long time, which means if there are a few inconsistencies in the flow, then please bear with us. Also, Ryan's going to be joining us for future patch note videos too. With that out of the way, let's get right into it, starting from top down. So if you guys want to read along with us, there's a link to the patch notes in the description. Give you guys a few seconds to click on that and have it open, and then let's get into it. First on the notes, they hit us right away with the new Pathfinder class. Now, because neither of us have actually played the class, and by extension none of you guys have, I don't think it's a good idea to place judgment on the class until we sink our teeth into it a bit more. So we'll actually skip over the Pathfinder class for a future date, but a few things to make note of is that Pathfinder is an Explorer class and it's the third Archer class, so Archers finally get a third class branch to look forward to. It's going to be released on June 26th, but there is a pre-creation event that you can do right now, kind of a pre-order type dealio. The pre-creation events, similar to the ones for Arc, Ilium, and I think Kadena had one, give you a package with a lot of unique goodies that you can use on other characters, such as character slot expansion coupon, a cute little turtle pet, and inventory slot expansions. You can also trade the pre-creation box across accounts if you want to split up the rewards among multiple characters. That's all we'll cover on Pathfinder for the time being. Gonna focus on the other events that we can look forward to when the patch comes out.
A new theme dungeon has been added for level 30s to 59, known as the Secret Forest of Eladin. This theme dungeon, located near Elenia, features new music, background scenery, and a new spot for helping to train low-level characters. By completing the theme dungeon's questline, you'll be able to land yourself a new medal in the game. However, if you're above level 100, unless you're a completionist, you can probably just ignore this theme dungeon, as it won't really benefit you.
Now a topic I'm sure you guys are really looking forward to. Nexon's doing some more job balancing, and there's a lot of stuff to cover. So instead, what I'm going to do is give you a literal TLDR of what classes get buffed or nerfed, and you can go through the list to see exactly whether or not your class got buffed or nerfed. Long and short of it is that Nexon is buffing pretty much every class, and then they wonder why the game power creeps out of control. Only a few classes are getting like very minute nerfs or bug fixes overall, but for the most part everyone's just getting stronger. I'll leave job balancing up to you guys to read, since I don't think you want me to spend 6 minutes talking about classes you don't play, but chances are your class got buffed in some way, shape, or form, some more than others. So let's move on to something more interesting. Kanna is getting completely reworked. God bless, because they were basically just a kitchen mule. From what I've heard by my friends and checking up on a few Kanna videos, they went from a supportive class to a full-on DPS class, so they might actually be a good contender for a new mage main if you guys are considering it. I've heard many good things about the Kanna revamp, but I want to wait until we get more information about the class in GMS before making a proper assessment, similar to Pathfinder. There were a lot of people who were, I guess, discontent with how underwhelming Hayato's rework was compared to Kanna's, but let's be honest here, Hayato as a class is perfectly fine. So instead, they're just getting a few quality of life changes that won't really alter the class's playstyle too much. I think Ryan knows more about it than I do.
Like Jin said, Hayato is a perfectly fine class, featuring hard-hitting and mobile skills, which in all honesty are very rare on a warrior class. But Nexon has decided to make a couple of adjustments to Hayato's skills to improve the overall gameplay. This includes things like adding knockback resistance to quick draw, improving jump range and attack range on some skills, and even giving them an invincibility skill to work with. A lot of changes and fixes have been made to quests for Hayatos and Kannas alongside their revamps. These changes include things like changing the structure of town maps to improve quest flow and efficiency, and changes to quest and direction dialogue when talking to an NPC. The Fury Totem is finally available for purchase in the Maple Rewards shop. This item upon purchase will allow you to receive a coupon that gives you a durational skill equip. This skill equip will last 2 hours and will allow you to cast a skill called Fury Totem, because we're getting really creative with names here. This skill acts exactly like New Kishin, increasing the respawn speed and the number of max monsters by 50%. It's also important to note that summoning this totem and then leaving the map will cause the effect to wear off instantly. So for those of you who are trying to get away with using this totem for service, you might want to think twice. The cost of 2,000 reward points is pretty major, but it's better than nothing for now, and will definitely help players who don't have access to Kishin or Frenzy. Additionally, Nexon did say they have plans to make this item available through other means, like in the event shop. However, we do see this item pop up in a couple of places in this patch. In all honesty, I really like this item because it's taking a small step away from the 2PC meta, but some players who have access to a high level Kanna will probably still stay with it, as it has 100% uptime. It's a step in the right direction, but Nexon needs to start being very careful with how they change this item, if they do. Air to Spectrum is a new type of daily that is available in Nameless Town. You can enter in parties up to 3, and there are 2 different stages. The first stage will require you to hunt monsters and activate the reactor. The second stage has one of 2 different objectives. The first type of second stage requires you to eliminate monsters and keep the monster count on the map below a certain limit. The second type will require you to use Erda energy that you can pick up by hunting monsters to push Arma back into its cave. By completing this, not only will you be rewarded with Vanishing Journey arcane symbols, but also with a small bit of XP. It should also be noted that this daily can be done 3 times a day, and is eligible for the auto-completion feature just like with Mudo, Dream Defender, and Spirit Savior.
Bug fixes. Okay, I don't really care about them, but Ryan does. I don't know if he wants to talk about them, but if he does, well, then have fun with that, but I don't know if he will. Moving on to more important things. Nah, I'm just kidding. Okay, so job quests are getting revamped, namely just making a few beginner quests easier to do, but the 5th job advancement now has gotten so much easier. First things first, you don't need to complete Temple of Time, which means you don't have to kill 333 of every mob in Temple of Time to do the quest, which makes perfect sense because I'm pretty sure it has literally nothing to do with the 5th job advancement, besides maybe that Amnesiac Temple Keeper questline. Secondly, you don't have to grind experience on the arcane stones you get from the Maple World Goddesses, which was a pain in the ass to do, arguably a bigger pain in the ass than waiting 24 hours to job advance, so Nexon was able to make that easier for us.
A bunch of early game content has been revamped, which includes theme dungeons, quests, and training fields. For theme dungeons within level 30 to 59, monster and quest EXP have been adjusted to your character's level. However, one downside is that runes, bounty portals, and elite bosses will no longer spawn in these theme dungeons, which makes grinding at areas like Gold Beach Resort slightly more time consuming. Now, for level 140s to 200s, quests and training fields have been slightly adjusted. The monsters and quest line for the Temple of Time have been adjusted for level 140s to 155. Additionally, quests for the Road to Oblivion have been adjusted from 155 to 140. Critias also received a monster level adjustment going down to the 170 and 190 ranges. A few more theme dungeons have been adjusted for easier difficulty, as if they weren't easy enough already. But one questline in particular got changed, and it's a pretty positive one, and that's Vanishing Journey. The number of monsters required to be hunted for the story quest have been reduced by approximately half. This definitely makes it easier on players, as they don't have the necessary arcane force to mob efficiently.
Along with the quests Ryan talked about, Nexon has also done some changes to daily quests, namely Critias, Dark World Tree, and Scrapyard Haven. These quests will now become weekly quests that reset every Sunday, and while they haven't specifically released the numbers in terms of rewards, I'm pretty sure overall it's going to be a net loss of weekly rewards unless Nexon will really give us 28 Stigma Spirit Stones in one day just for doing 5 quests in weekly. So for people who are adverse to doing DWT, Critias, and Scrapyard every day, this is technically a benefit for you since you only have to do it once per week. But for those of us who do these quests every day, then it's a loss for us. Bosses are also getting changed around. I'll give a quick rundown of each one. Weekly bosses get a practice mode, which as the name implies allow players to enter boss runs to practice learning the mechanics without expending the daily entry limit. Very useful, thank you for that Nexon. Chaos Pink Bean and Hard Hilla will become weekly bosses, and in light of that, they're increasing their intense power crystal values and drop rates for a few items. Speaking of weekly bosses, their power crystals have also gone up in sale value. So we're talking about Hard Magnus, Empress, Lotus, Damien, Lucid, Will, etc. Ranmaru now becomes a single clear daily boss, so you have to choose between either normal or Madman Ranmaru now. You can't do both on one character unfortunately. Also, Princess No is getting buffed overall. She's turning into a weekly boss now, and she now also has the same equipment functionalities as Chaos Root Abyss and Empress Cygnus, where instead she drops currency that you can exchange for Princess No's secondary weapons, best in slot secondaries in the game as of right now.
For news on Reboot, unfortunately they've been in despair due to the nerfs on Kishin going down from 75% spawn increase to 50%. But don't worry, because the Meso drop rate has been increased to 6 times what they should be in non-Reboot. Additionally, the Gachapon tickets will no longer have stats in Reboot. We also have a new NPC that is added to Momijigaoka to help players move around towns. But this next note is a pretty big surprise, even for me, and it has to do with Lab Server. You guys remember that? Well, the character names that we've used in that world have been reset, and I might be jumping the gun with this assumption, but if Nexon's trying to make changes to character names from an event server that has long passed, this might be foreshadowing the future return of Lab Server, and for players that have missed out on the exclusive Lab Server Legion block, you might get a second chance for it.
Whew, okay, halfway through guys, stay with us people. On to the system revamps, which are some more quality of life changes. Star Force is becoming easier. God bless. I hate 25 stars so much. To adjust to the new 15 to 25 stars, Nexon is making it so that you cannot decrease enhancement rank up to 10 stars from the original 5. Which in all honesty isn't that big a deal since that part isn't what bothers most people, but still nice of a change. The most important change is that the success rate for 10 to 13 stars is getting increased. This is a huge deal, more than you might think, because a lot of people tend to get stuck from 10 to 15 stars for a long time. So this will reduce the chance of you being hard stuck 10 stars by hopefully a good amount. I mean, even like 5 to 10% would be awesome. Hyperstats are getting huge upgrades. Now that 275 is out, you can keep getting hyperstats past 250. Nexon also removed the useless hyperstats like speed, jump, and elemental resist in favor of adding in weapon and magic attack, experience obtained, and arcane force, which is going to be really cool. They've also doubled the stat increase for the 4 main stats, so they're actually quite significant now. Also, the level limit for some stats are higher now, so take boss damage hyperstat for example, which used to cap at only level 10, it will now cap at level 15. I don't know about you guys, but this entire patch is just screaming power creep. We are all about to become super freaking OP. Maple Legion is getting changed a bit too. In order to access the Maple Legion, you now need to have 4 or more characters that are level 60 and above, and a total level of 500 or more along with 1 character that has completed 5th job advancement, so at least level 200. So the requirements for unlocking Maple Legion have become a bit more steep, but in all fairness, you don't really get much benefit out of Legion until your total account's Legion level is like 1000. They've increased the maximum amount of Legion presets you can have up to 5, although I have no idea why you would need more than 3. Finally, a quality of life change: overlapping blocks will be displayed on top of each other, which is helpful.
Okay, Adventure Island. In all honesty, I'm really excited for this event, and it's finally here. This event lasts slightly under a month, which is, you know, the usual amount of time for a normal event. But what's definitely not normal is this coin shop. It's arguably just as good as the one from the Black Mage event. Taking a quick peek at it, we not only have the general event items like Clean Slate Scrolls and a Hyper Teleport Rock, but we also have some very unique items like the 40 slot chair and soul bag, red cubes, black cubes, typhoon growth potion, and many more useful items, alongside the many minigames that are available with this event. We also have Maple Runner, which is sort of like a jump quest from the old days with a couple added twists. There are a total of 40 stages and you can receive adventure coins, the new event currency, for participating in the event. Do keep in mind that the rewards are per week and per world. Next, we have Step Up. This quest features a series of missions for you to do on a fresh character, and will give you some really nice rewards, from adventure coins to reward points. For any players that are looking to boost a fresh character, I would absolutely recommend checking this part of the event out. Additionally, there's also Brawlosium. This area is going to be available on July the 3rd, and will take you to an area where you have unique skills and items. You will be required to eliminate monsters to obtain resources that you can use against other players. Sound familiar? Rewards from this part of the event include weekly and daily coins, and at the end of this event, there will also be rewards based on how well you did. Back to this event shop. You will be warned. This event is just like the Black Mage event shop, and that it features a ranking system for you to progress in order to buy more valuable items. The higher ranks will slowly become available as time goes on. We'll start at the Tenderfoot rank, and on the 19th, we'll get access to the Scout rank, followed by Pioneer, Guide, Trailblazer, and finally, Bushmaster. Do keep in mind that your daily point capacity also goes up with every rank, so I would recommend racking up coins to rank up with and only spend on certain conditions like 30% off deals.
Oh my god, we're almost done. Hang in there guys, home stretch. Terra Burning event is back, so we have the option to burn a character all the way to level 200. This does not work on Pathfinders, just remember that. Instead, I recommend you take this Terra Burning event and level up a class that has severely terrible experience with training, such as a Jet or a Beast Tamer. At least that's what I'm gonna do, so expect a Jet power leveling video soon. You've seen like a million burning events by now, I'm sure I don't have to explain them. There's a revamp event coming for Kanna and Hayato as well, which gives you some 2x coupons and a chair apparently, which I suppose is nice. The Sengoku Aero revamp celebration gift is a logging gift that will give you a crap ton of rewards based on what level your Kanna is, with higher level giving better rewards. It sucks, cause I only have a level 140 Kanna, so I won't be able to get my hands on that snazzy Typhoon Growth Potion. Whatever. Zero is also coming back, which means you have a chance to make the Zero class, which I probably should get around to doing myself. Nexon is also releasing weekly 2x drop events along with a 3x drop event on June 15th, twice for 1 hour each, which is a good sight for sore eyes considering many people are still trying to gun for 275. So for everyone who is going for 275, make sure you take full advantage of this. Alternatively, you can also use these 2x events to level up your Maple Legion, which I plan on doing, trying to get that AK Legion as soon as possible. And finally, Sunny Sundays. First week will give us a bonus Eternal and or Powerful Rebirth Flame for every 5 that we use. Almost like a buy 5 and get 1 free deal. That and 10 arcane symbols. Second week gives 50% bonus experience and double the Monster Park boxes when doing Monster Park. Not too shabby. Third week gives us double Star Force enhancements up to 10 stars, which is something I guess. And half off spell trace enhancements, along with 10 arcane symbols again. Week 4 is an Adventure Coin Shop 30% sale. Week 5 is the most important Sunday, 100% guaranteed success rate on 5th, 10th, and 15th star enhancements. Save up guys. Oh, and also 10 arcane symbols again. And finally, week 6 with another 30% sale.
Oh my god, we're done! Oh god.
Finally, okay, so that's pretty much as TLDR as we can get with the patch notes because this is one of the biggest patches I've ever seen in years, and a lot of good content to look forward to. Once again, just want to thank Ryan for allowing me to be lazier than I usually am. No, that's a lie. It would have taken the same amount of time, if not much less if I did this video myself. But you know what, I wanted to make a collab video for fun.
No problem. Thanks again for having me join in on going over this patch. And yeah, this is definitely one of the biggest patches this year by far. And don't forget that we have more incoming with Pathfinder being available on the 26th, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to check out Ryan's channel in the description below. Especially if you're interested in event guide videos, he's gonna cover that for the most part. Looking forward to hanging out with you guys during the summer, so let's have a great vacation. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a rating and subscribe to both my channel and Ryan's, and thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon in the next video. Take care.